When did you know your neighbor was a creep? When I first moved into my apartment, I thought I had finally found a place to breathe again. It wasn't perfect. The walls were thin, the floors creaked, and parking was a nightmare. But it was mine. My safe little corner of the world. Or so I thought. That's when I met my neighbor. His name was Don, mid-40s, balding. Always in the same gray hoodie no matter the weather. At first, I thought he was just socially awkward. You know the type, someone who doesn't really know how to hold a conversation. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But then, things started to feel off. The first time I noticed it, I was carrying groceries inside. I got that prickly feeling, like eyes were crawling up my back. When I glanced up, I saw him peeking through his blinds, not a glance, not curiosity, but staring. After that, it became routine. Every morning when I left for work, the blinds shifted. Every night when I came home, there he was, watching, always watching. At first, I told myself I was imagining it, but then, one morning, there was a sticky note on my door. It said, "I like the blue pajamas better than the red ones." My stomach dropped. The night before, I had worn blue pajamas inside my apartment, curtains mostly closed. That's when the fear sank in. This man wasn't just a little strange. He was watching me closely. After that, the nights changed. I'd hear footsteps in the hallway after midnight. Slow, deliberate. Sometimes they'd stop right at my door. I'd hold my breath, praying they would move on. And then came the scratching. Soft, slow scratches against the wood of my door, like he wanted me to know he was out there. I barely slept. I started pushing a chair under the doorknob every night. I lived in constant fear, waiting for the sound of that knob turning. I tried to be brave once. I caught him outside his door and asked, "Have you been watching me?" He smirked. This little half-laugh, half-grin that made my skin crawl. Don't flatter yourself. Then he shut the door in my face. That night, the doorknob turned, slowly, steadily. Someone was trying to get in. I called 911, whispering into the phone. Heart pounding so hard I could barely breathe. But by the time the police arrived, he was gone. The officers told me without proof there wasn't much they could do. Do you know what it feels like to beg for help and be told it's not enough? To know you're not safe in your own home and nobody will believe you. I finally broke my lease. I couldn't live like that anymore. A few days before I left, another tenant stopped me in the parking lot. She said, "You're smart to get out." He was evicted from his last place. Same thing. Watching a woman, leaving notes, trying to get inside. Hearing that made my blood run cold. Everything I had feared was true. The day I drove away, my car filled with boxes. I felt this wave of relief, mixed with dread. As I turned the corner out of the lot, I made the mistake of glancing up. He was standing there, in the window, hoodie pulled up, watching. He didn't wave. He didn't move. He just stood there, his face half hidden in the shadows. And as the blinds slowly closed, I knew one thing for certain. I had escaped. But someone else, someday, might not.